Welcome to NAB 2009. Here at the Digital Vision booth, we're going to go through an entire workflow solution for the RED camera. We're also going to look at some film grading on a commercial. And to kick off, we're going to start off with the new 2009 showreel.
There's too many reasons to mention why I'd persuade a client to use a Film Master.
We can do so much more than we ever could with our old tools. I find the Film Master to be a world-class product.
The Film Master is the core of the finishing work that we do now. It is the future of this company.
Now, instead of doing, 6 or 8 movies a year and being completely maxed out, we're literally double or triple that capacity, and everything's just a lot easier.
Straight up, the benefit is that we can work with files up to 4K.
We chose to purchase Phoenix because you've worked with Digital Vision before.
Every time there's a new release, there's at least 2 features in there that make us go, "Ooh, that's nice."
Okay, so there we have a collection of material from Digital Vision customers around the world. In that showreel you see restoration projects, grading projects, conforming projects, and feature films, commercials, television as well. So let's go back now and start a new project right from the beginning. The complete workflow now using Digital Vision Film Master. These projects can also be used as templates, so I'm going to start off with an HD template and give the project a new name. I'll call it the RED demo. And click over here on the right hand side to make a new project. Open up the project, and here you're going to see what an empty project looks like. At the top end of the screen we have the library, look for our media, obviously empty at the moment. And at the bottom here we have our various controls. So we're going to start off, the client walks through the door, has a drive with R3D files on it from the RED camera, and they want to go to offline. So to get to offline, we need to somehow decode those RED files and produce something compatible with the offline, either a QuickTime or an MXF file for the Avid. The S drive is where my storage is. Navigate through to the red projects, and here we have a folder with some R3D files. Now if I dig down into each of these folders, eventually we're going to find the R3D sequence, but it would be pretty laborious to do an entire job by loading it clip by clip. So in the Film Master, all I have to do is find the parent folder, click on Import, and here we can do a batch import. If I want to, I can select one of the file formats here, so in this case it would be R3D, and just take a second to look down through the list at the various file formats that we support: DPX, Cineon, TIFF, RGB, JPEGs, Targa files, PICs, movies, QuickTime movies, R3Ds, and of course the Avid MXF data. So today we're going to load from the R3D files, and I want to not only load them into my library, but I want to build a timeline using that. So I'll say yes, arrange them in the file order, click on Import, and all of the R3D clips in that folder will now be brought into the library and a new timeline constructed. Now I've got my default settings set to quarter medium, which means that, I'm just going to hit F here so you can see the entire sequence, which means that we can read these R3D files in real time. You'll see that even though they haven't been completely debayered yet, if I hit the play button, the material's playing back just fine from the screen. And of course I can scrub through the timeline to see what the material looks like. This material is shot at 4K, so quarter res is going to be 1K, and I've used Rec 709 so that we've got a nice linear looking image, and pretty much this should be what they would see on set. We could now do some grading, so if I go into the Film Master grading tools, in the second menu we have the SOP. The SOP tool set is basically the ASC CDL parameters, and so if I start grading using just those tools, I can generate a CDL list. And Film Master supports CDLs in and out, so that list, when we make an MXF file, will be embedded in the metadata as well as baked into the images going into the offline. And incidentally, if the material is graded on set using codec storage, we can read the XML file and import those settings into the timeline as well. Once we've done our dailies grading, or if we don't need to do that, we can go straight to the export menu. Export media. Over here on the left, I get to choose which file format we're going to export. And you can see they're pretty much the same as the ones on the import. A couple of different ones there, MPEG and EXR. We now support extended range images. But for this, we want to go to MXF and send it to the Avid. It's important that we retain the source timecode, obviously, so that we can match the files up later. So I'm going to export it as multiple clips with timecode, original source timecode on it. Since we have imported all of the material, there's no sense in handles. The color space is fine because we have that as a default for the project. And now we go to options, and from here I can choose the various MXF formats, or indeed if I was using QuickTime or any of the other files, where we could choose the different options there. In this case we're going to go with DNX HD 40, so I'll select that, click on export. So the material is now in the offline, either graded on set or in the Digital Vision Film Master. And or in some cases it may just be straight out of the camera. We can do it that way. What we're going to get back is some sort of an edit list, either an EDL or an AAF. So let's start off with the simple EDL import. So I'm going to change this project now to EDL, make a new project, open it up.